Hello dear students, good day. Today we are going to start our next and the most interesting topic of mathematics said as probability. From class 9th, 10th, 11th we have done these things and we like it. The first thing which you should be knowing is the sample space. Sample space is the collection of all the possible outcomes. Like when we used to toss a coin, we used to get heads or tails. This is the sample space of one coin. We could toss two coins. The sample space will be head head, head tails, tail head, tail tail. Like that way we could write sample space for 3 coins or more than 3 coins also. Same ways we could go for the dice, we could go for the playing cards, we could go for some of the condition like a bag contains some balls or a piggy bank contains some of the coins. So that also can be created into the sample space. There could be many other things also. We also know that the probability of any event is lying between 0 to 1, and 1 is the probability of the sure event and 0 is the probability of impossible event. Then from class 11th we remember mutually exclusive, exhaustive. Mutually exclusive means A intersection B is equals to 5, or probability of A intersection B will be 0. Exhaustive, probability of A plus probability of B plus probability of C or their union must be the universal overall. So that is the exhaustive event. So that all the things we remember. Yes, one formula of class 11th we must remember that I am going to use too much in this class. That is probability of A union B. Probability of A union B is equals to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. Hope you remember this and we are going to use this in the coming days. Now, first thing of class 12th is conditional probability. What is conditional probability? The conditional probability is like it is dependency of one on another. Probability of E on F. Probability of E on F. This is read as possibilities of occurrence of event E. Possibilities of occurrence of event E when F is already occurred. Possibilities of occurrence of event E when F is already occurred. Possibilities of happening of event E. Possibilities of happening of event E when F is already happened. It is already took place. Something already happened, that we are going to say in this case. One of my favorite example I am giving you on this. This is possibilities of occurrence of event E when F is already occurred. Somewhat like we are living near to Nainital, so simply I am saying it is not true. Yesterday there was snowfall in Nainital. Yesterday there was snowfall in Nainital. That's why today I am feeling colder in Kitcha. This is one of the very good and fitting example. This is already happened. Already happened is snowfall, and now possibilities of being colder, right? This already took place and this is effectively working or going to work. Possibilities of happening, it is going to be, Kitcha is going to become more colder after the snowfall in the mountains near to Kitcha. So the formula for this will be P A intersection B, probability of A intersection B on, sorry, I was thinking I have taken example of A and B. E intersection F on probability of F. Whatever is over here in the denominator, same will be coming in the denominator. This formula we must remember. What is this? Probability of happening of event E. Probability of happening of event E. When F is already happened. When F is already happened is probability E intersection F on PF. There could be the condition, the formula could be like this also, P F on E will be P E intersection F, because P intersection F is equals to PF intersection E, means intersection obeys commutative law on P E. Now it must be, this is possibilities of occurrence of event F when E is already occurred will be this. They might give you A on B also, so that is in place of EF we could have AB also, so such situation could come in front of us. So I suppose we are able to understand the situations over here. So these are the first of all conditions. Now I am making some of the examples over here. Now example we are taking, E is the event when two coins are tossed, means for two coins. E is the event one head and one tail, that means HT or TH. This is the condition. Another condition is F is the event which shows first head. First head condition is either this or this, means HH or HT. I am able to see intersection E intersection F is equals to HT. Now their probabilities. So probability of the first case is PE. Probability of event E. Favorable cases are 2 and total cases are 4. So it will be 2 by 4. We could write it 1 by 2 also. In the coming step I'll make it like that. Probability of F. Again favorable cases are 2 and total cases are 4. So it will also be 2 by 4. Now E intersection F probability. Favorable case is 1 and total are 4. It will be 1 by 4. Now in the two cases I am going to show you the probability. So P possibilities of E when F is already happened. Also we will be going probability of F when E is already happened. So it will be P intersection F on P F. Whereas in this case it will be something else. Okay, first of all we must solve it. So it will be PE intersection F is 1 by 4 on PF, that is 2 by 4. That implies 1 by 2 is the possibilities of getting one head and one tail. When it is said that already first head is there, one head or one tail, this will be the favorable case and total cases will be this for this particular event. But we are going with the conditional probability of overall. Now PE intersection F will be P on PE. So that is 1 by 4 on PE is also by chance 2 by 4. So it will also be 1 by 2. So possibilities of occurrence of event E when F is already occurred, in that case probability is 1 by 2, whereas probability of happening of event F when E is already happened, then also by chance it is coming 1 by 2. Yes, bete. Now we are going to do question number 3 of NCERT first exercise. In this we have been given probability of A is 0.8, probability of B is 0.5, probability of B on A is probability of B when A is already happened is 0.4. We need to find probability of A intersection B. So let us go to think the formula. Probability of B on A is equals to probability of B intersection A on probability of A. Let us put the values whatever are given to us. B on A is given 0.4 is equals to B intersection A can be written as A intersection B on probability of A, that is 0.8. So P A intersection B will be equals to 3.2. Now we have got the probability of 0.32. It's my mistake. We have got answer PA intersection B is 0.32 was the first case. Now we have got the probability of A intersection B. This was how I thought that I made mistake, but initially I have written it was going above than 1, and that is not possible. So while coming back to the camera, I thought this. Second condition, we need to find P A on B will be P A intersection B on P B. So that is P A intersection B is 0.32 on probability of B 0.5. (16/25). We can simplify it also. Last third case is we need to calculate P A union B. The formula for this we know it very well. It will be PA plus PB minus PA intersection B. PA is 0.8 plus 0.5 minus A intersection B 0.32. 1.3 minus 0.32 will be coming 890. So this will be the ultimately answer of this question. Yes, bete, in this question we need to calculate probability of happening of event E when F is already happened. This is the condition for 3 coins. When we used to toss 3 coins, the sample space will be head, 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 then head, head, tail, head, tail, head, tail, head, head, then tail, tail, head, tail, head, tail, head, tail, tail, and last tail, tail, tail. This is the sample space of 3 coins. Keep in mind it will be 8. It is phase to the power number. So 8 events will be coming of class 9th or 10th, I am telling you, but you must remember if you have forgot. Now event E is head on the third toss. Head on the third toss. Head on the third toss we are taking in this third toss. Head is there in this also, and in this also. There are 4 conditions. Heads, 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 then head, tail, head, then tail, head, head, then tail, tail, heads. These are the condition in which heads is on the third toss. Now head is on first and second. Head is on first and second. Head is on first and second. 1 case, 2 cases, only 2 cases I think are there. Head, 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 tail. No more I am finding, so 2 cases only. Now E intersection F will be only 1 case, that is head, head, head. Now their probabilities. So probability P E will be 3 by 8. PF will be 2 by 8. P E intersection F will be 1 by 8. Now we need to calculate P E on F will be equals to P E intersection F on PF. That means, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4. By mistake I have written 3 by 8. It was 4 by 8. So PE intersection F is 1 by 8 on PF is 2 by 8. So ultimately the probability is 1 by 2. So the possibilities of happening of event E when F is already happened is 1 by 2. Now we are going for the next case. Yes, now next case is E is the event in which at least two heads are there. At least means two or more. Two or more. So 2 or more means heads, 2 or more. So it will be heads, 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 then head, head, tail, head, tail, head, tail, head, head. In this, at least yes, now at most two heads. At most two heads means two or less. Maximum there could be two heads. Less than two could be there. Less than two could be there. So this will be the condition. So it will be head, head, tail, head, tail, head, tail, head, head. Then tail, tail, head, tail, head, tail, head, tail, tail, and last tail, tail, tail. Now F intersection E will be common one, common are C these. That is head, head, tail, head, tail, head, tail, head, head. Now their probabilities. PE is 4 by 8. PF 7 by 8. And last PE intersection F is 3 by 8. We have to calculate probability of E on F. So that will be PE intersection F on PF. That comes to P intersection F 3 by 8 on PF 7 by 8. So it will become 3 by 7. So this was the second case. E is the condition at most two tails are there. So at most two tails means maximum there could be two tails. Maximum there could be two tails. So these are the conditions for maximum two tails. And next is at least one tail. Means at least one. More tails could be there. At least one tail, more tails could be there. So with this we can calculate, and then intersection part we could calculate. So this question you have to do in the homework. Now you have to try to solve this exercise. In the next video we'll try to complete the topic and we will go to the next part. Thank you.